Some women are out there and their man has a Lambo and he has a jet. Are you that woman?
The man has to pay. 50-50 does not work.
A lot of people will try to finance women and lifestyles that they can't live, and then they will end up,
in
putting
debt.
them in debt.
You either need to match my income or be above my income, but I'm not going to be with somebody that's below my income.
As a woman, put yourself in the position to meet those type of men.
You can't be in love in poverty. You just have to get creative and be respectful of the person, because it's not about the money. Hello, I'm the troublemaker extraordinaire, Dinalva.
My name is Chyna, I'm the man name's voice, and I want to just get straight into it. We have some lovely guests here. On the left-hand side, we have...
Sasha loves.
And you've got Glam, Nadz.
And obviously, I always bring in the juiciest of topics. And today we're talking about dating for love and not for money. And really, how important is money, of course. And to have this conversation along with our guests, we have a very special anonymous caller. Caller, are you there?
I am there.
Hello, caller. Listen, tell us, what is your situation with dating for love or for money?
So, I mean, this is I say it's tricky, but it's not tricky. So, I would really like my partner to own his own car. Like, there's no ifs, no buts, no nothing. And to be honest, I don't think I'm asking for much. I mean, I don't know how you feel about that.
No, you're
car.
not asking
Wait,
for much.
I agree.
Caller, which car? Which car is your expectation? That's
for real,
important.
for real.
Basically, if I had a choice, it would definitely have to be a Lambo. I'm sorry.
What?
Chest is high.
Nothing is a Lambo.
Lambo. Okay.
No, set them standards. If that's what you do, yeah.
My take is my partner needs to be able to handle themselves, needs to own himself, needs to be able to have his own. And I have mine. I'll handle myself.
Sorry.
I have my own money. I make my own money.
Come on, sister.
So it's really right that he matches that.
Yeah, do you have a Lambo?
It's not about if I have a Lambo. Does he have a Lambo?
No.
Yes.
No, but
yes.
But you did say you wanted him to match what you had, so that would mean you would have a Lambo at least.
He can match what I have. When he gets a Lambo, he can get me one. Therefore, I match. No.
Hey, come on. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know about that one, guys.
But mind you, wait. She did say, mind you, the man should be to a certain extent financially superior from what she's saying. So if she can handle her own, if she's got she's got a Bentley, then he definitely has to have a Lambo. Sister, you got a Bentley?
I mean.
Yeah, I think.
mean,
But it's
to
good
be
to
matching.
yeah. She's aiming high because you're going high too.
Listen, my thing is this: a woman can ask for whatever you want. If you want your man to have a Lambo, a Bentley, or whatever you want, a jet, that's fine. But are you getting that? So the market dictates what you can get. So you can ask whatever you want. Because some women are out there and their man has a Lambo and he has a jet. So are you that woman? And if you're not that woman, then it equates to me that maybe your level is not Lamborghini. Your level is not jet. Maybe your level might be Fiat Punto. It might be. It might just be.
Or Uber X.
It might be or Uber. It might be.
Uber's
Or
alright.
it might be Oyster Card. It might be. And I'm just saying. Thank you very much, caller.
Sis, is this guy still talking? I mean, I put him on mute.
Hey, come on, sister. You did that right because he was talking and he doesn't understand. We have privilege where we don't have to be built up. Go on, sister. Tell us.
It is what it is. I've said what I said.
Thank you.
on.
Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, caller.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. So
Bye.
guys, let's discuss what she just said for a second. I want to discuss that. So she said, and I have no problem. I want to put this out to the world. I have no problem with women asking for whatever they want. I have no problem with anyone asking for whatever they want. But the market dictates to you what you want. So I'm going to give you an example and then we're going to take it across to you guys. So you can sell your house for whatever you want to sell your house for, okay? You can sell it for $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $5 million, $10 million. You can have a car and put it up for trade and your car could be worth £2,000. You can advertise it for 10, 20,000. You can, whatever you want. The market dictates to you what you get. So if nobody buys your house for 2 million and then eventually it sells for 200,000, it says that's what your house was worth. If you put up your car for 10,000 and in the end it sells for £500, that's what it was. So women can ask whatever they want. So she can ask for a Lambo, but in real life, if she's not getting men that drive Lambos and then it says to me, she's not a Lamborghini type of woman. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, true. I hear that. It's the track record, isn't it?
Because there's some girls not saying, I want my man to have a Lambo. they're waking up and their man's picking up in a Lambo. So, different types of women.
What do you reckon? Is that true?
I do know females who will say things along those lines and don't have their own house, have a part-time job at Tesco, don't, have no plans to even drive themselves, but are expecting to have somebody with a Lambo, something like that, taking them to Dubai trips and whatever. But yeah, like I said, you have to be matching that, or at least on that level to, one day I'll have my own Lambo and I'm working towards that. So I want somebody like that so you can, bounce off him. If you want to be with a man that's got a Lambo because you want to look at that every day and go, look at my man, he's got a Lambo, I'm going to be working towards getting my own Lambo. But if you just want to just not do anything, my man's got a Lambo, and live the lifestyle of somebody who's still, part-times in Tesco.
Yes.
That's very different. If you're trying to be on that lifestyle.
I like that.
But you can't just be asking for that for no.
What do you think about Nicola, what she was saying?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I think sometimes what people forget, and Chyna, you kind of highlighted, is that we all have our own dating lanes. So the same way you have your financial lane, yeah, you have the looks lane. Yeah, you also.
She says, stay in your financial lane, stay in your looks lane.
However, if you want to take over, you want to do a bit of the weaving in and out, whatever, or you want to upgrade your level, right? There's ways in which you can do that. As a woman, if you're seeking a man that is more financially stable than yourself, or someone you can learn from, which is, like, I agreed with you, you should always look at someone that, how can I develop myself better? How can, we can elevate one another, right? It's just to put yourself in the position to meet those type of men. So, everyone knows there's happy hour. If you want to go, I don't know, Oxford Street, wherever you want to go.
Another call.
You want to go Mayfair, you want to meet a certain type of gentleman, right?
Sexy fish.
So you put,
you got to put
I
yourself
don't know
in
about
them,
the dating things. You put yourself in those environments, basically.
Yeah.
However, don't do it thinking that they're not going to suss you out if you ain't really got the credentials. You got to be able to,
Exactly.
Because that's going to give you
match that
different
for real.
results. I'm not going to lie. I think that as a woman, there's different ways that you can approach the situation. You can ask for a Lambo. Now, you can ask for a Lambo because you're a super paying thing. Okay? Fantastic. You can potentially do that because beauty is of high value. So a man with a Lambo will think, this is good for me. I can conquer that trophy. Fab. You can ask for man for Lambo because you're used to that kind of behavior from men, but maybe not because you're painting, but because you're a bit loose. So you are used to having men with Lambos, but not for the right reasons. But you can still ask, correct?
Yeah.
And then you also have the sort of women that are in levels already on their own, whether it's because they've worked hard or if it's through inheritance from family, wherever you are on a level. So this is your standard. Your parents will laugh at you if your man ain't got a Lambo. Then you can ask for that. And I think people need to differentiate when they're asking for something, because look at yourself and understand that what you're asking for is not going to give you the result that you may be looking for.
And that's the thing that I was trying to put out. Remember, I'm saying you can ask for whatever you want. I'm not telling you can't. No, listen, when you dream and when you wish, you can wish for whatever you want. But whether or not your dreams become reality, that's a separate issue. But you can wish for whatever you want. It's not for me to tell you can't have a dream. So I'm saying to you, and a lot of people, they have a dream and they never realize it, and some people do and they do. So the thing with the caller was, I was just trying to, when she said, initially when she was like, oh, I want my man to have a car. In my mind, I was thinking, that's a standard thing. That's okay.
She's how she's asking for
that's
is a
definitely
car.
standard.
Then when she said a Lambo,
that was all the
chest
way.
was high.
it was like I was like, okay, no, but then again, like what she said, she might come from a level of stock that Lambo is nothing in where she comes from, and she may and she may also be in a situation where she's a businesswoman or successful in her industry where she can afford to have a Lambo. So for her saying that, that's the types of men that she deals with. So my next question was, do you have one? Okay, and it was about, well, you heard the silence, you heard crickets. So I'm saying to you, and it became, it doesn't matter about that. And you're right, it does not matter about that. But you can't be, wondering why you haven't had a Lamborghini lifestyle if you've never been in one. So I'm saying to you, you're more likely to see, if you on your social media and people are seeing you living in nice cars and living that lifestyle. If you date men that lifestyle, other men that are similar stature, you attract those men. So you know those women that tend to date footballers, but after they break up with another one, and next footballer, there's a reason why.
It's the social network as well.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
when
you
you're
put yourself.
That's it. You're in it. But I feel like men and women's expectations of one another and criteria for what they look for are different, and it's okay that they're different.
Can I ask a question based upon that?
Yeah,
okay, cool. So why is money relevant? Or is money relevant?
Money is relevant. I think the symbolism of money is relevant, and the actual physical money is relevant too, because at the end of the day, that always comes down to stability for a woman, and knowing that a man is intelligent enough to deal with their money, like to be that is attractive.
So if a man is not good with money, he's not intelligent.
Do you know what?
Intelligent enough
it is?
to deal with it.
Say it.
Financially responsible.
Financially responsible. That's the word. Because I'm not being funny. Look, things happen every day. We could get in debt. I need to know, can we get out this debt together? And I need to also know that you're not going to get us into debt, because I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
If there's hiccups, you pattern in.
that's it.
If something comes rainy
Both
day,
of us can't be in debt,
pattern.
babes.
What about
Saving.
you? Why is money relevant? Or is money relevant to you?
Money's relevant, but it depends where you are in your life.
Talk to me about you.
Oh, me. Okay, money. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
No, speak to me. Yeah.
Because you either need to match my income or be above my income, but I'm not going to be with somebody that's below my income.
Okay.
Why?
Just because of the different, like, if I've worked myself, it depends on where he's at though, because if he's, like I said before with the woman with the Lamborghini, if he's looking at me and thinking, I want to be on your level, I want to make this amount of money like you, I'm learning from you, and he's waking up at the same time as me every morning, and he's like,
Putting
okay,
in the work.
I want to come to business meetings with you, I want to come to this podcast and see how things work, I want to get into that, then I think that's, it's his personality, and he's showing he's a man and he wants to. But if you're just like some broke boy and you're just like, you're going to pay for everything and, doing little sneaky things, that's just, it's an ick. I think it's an ick. If a man can't say, I can save, I have savings, I have this savings for this rainy day savings. If my car goes out, I can pay that today. I'm not saying you need to be a millionaire, but you need to be
stable, responsible.
100% stable.
Just be able to survive well without too much
and
headache.
paying for all dates.
Yeah, because life happens.
Even if
always.
No, but what about you? What about you? Like, you've spoken before about, your previous relationship. So why is money relevant to you? Always money relevant to you?
Because life goes up and down. Money is relevant only because you need to have enough to survive. Okay, and that comes down to stability and financial responsibility. But when it comes to the crux of it, I don't actually think that money is relevant. And the reason why is because even in my own life, I know that it's not money that has made me. So I know that I want somebody that has more substance than they even have money. Ideally, like she said, either match me or have more, because it kind of makes it easier to naturally just let go of leadership and more safety, But ultimately, don't. Any person that's going to end up with me is going to make money. That's a fact. Yeah, that's the kind of person.
I like that energy.
Wait.
That's what I'm talking about.
What do you mean? Anyone that gets with me is going to make money? Speak to me about that.
I mean that I'm the sort of person that
you're out there pimping.
No, I just like to expand on things. So like if I'm, for example, with let's say with my husband, and he does whatever business, I will want to learn something so that can either start to input, so we can eventually maybe merge and we can, work together, make money together, or maybe I would like to potentially be with somebody that if he has an idea, I say, I'm going to start this business. You feed me a little bit of intelligence and I'll make the business flourish.
Right.
So we work on giving each other knowledge to grow. It's easy.
Like for me, the reason I believe money is relevant for all the reasons you women have said it here. I can't sit here with women that are basically saying that you need to have money, and they're not saying you need to be rich, but essentially you need to have enough money to cover these things. The basis of being a man. Yeah, the basics. And then on top of that, what would be better if you had some emergency money to, you know what I mean?
For extra.
And then if you're really trying to push out, then go get rich. You know what I mean?
Let's go get rich together.
And I liked what you said about, if I can help the man make money, because I will tell you something, there's nothing more, even to me, personally, I think I can make money. Listen, there's nothing like making money after a breakup, yeah? There's nothing about the glow up, innit? And changing your life.
Yeah.
But that's more like let me not say a negative energy, but that's more like I want to show you energy.
Yeah.
But
You should be doing it for you
Comes
anyway.
from vengeance.
But let me tell you about
Yeah.
that. Let me tell you about the energy when you run your own business and maybe things are going rough and you have to go make money and you don't know you're gonna do it, and then your missus just goes and says to you, "Listen, don't worry, baby, you got this," and just she doesn't do anything other than the fact that she just motivates you, yeah. And all of a sudden you go outside and then your phone calls and then you got the supplier and then all of a sudden this email happens and this payment comes in and then you pay all your bills and then you think to yourself, I didn't feel like I could do that. Yeah.
Accomplishment.
But then I can do it. But sometimes you get that bit where you might be having a bad day and that other person just says to you, "No, you're all right. You got this." Of course. And then when you come home and you pay, do you know how you feel as a man?
Yeah.
Because you went out with nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you came home with something. But that was also, based upon, but you was motivated by a woman. So women can be powerful. So with that being said, let's talk about the 50-50 in relationship.
50-50.
Oh, the infamous 50-50.
Oh, that is so unrealistic.
Talk to
It
us.
really is. It really is.
Truly.
Because I feel like, first of all, let me just let me just start with looks fade. So at the end of the day, as much as men want to be attracted to the women they get with, of course, a woman has to have substance to have that longevity within the relationship, right? He wants to grow old with her, so he wants to know she nurture her, all of these positive attributes that you want in a female. Likewise, a woman wants a male to be financially stable and aware of how to deal with his finances. However, like we said, life happens and things go up and down. So if you're in a household and there's two of you, you're making money, well, okay, 1 month, one person might make more. The other month, the other person. So it's just about, if I've got 80% this month, babe, can you fill in the extra? Do you know what I'm saying? And cool, vice versa. We'll ebb and flow with it. To have the expectation that 50-50, I'm not being funny. When I have children for you, and you need a woman to be at home to do all the things that she needs to do to raise these children, it's not 50-50, babe.
Exactly.
It's it's not financial 50-50. It's a different type of 50-50, you know?
Yeah,
So,
facts.
yeah.
So you're currently in a relationship right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how does your relationship work then? 50-50, does that work?
I think we have really good, in terms of 50-50, there's things that we do, like in terms of housework. I shouldn't even feel ashamed of saying it, but I'm not a woman who likes to clean. I don't have that womanly, like, I'm going to start a Sunday morning and clean the whole house. So he does a lot of the cleaning, but I raise and do a lot for him. And we do split things. So if I do the kitchen, he'll wash up. If I do the washing, he'll put it out. If I clean upstairs, he'll clean downstairs. That's
nice.
50-50 for us. Could I be
I think
with
that sounds like
somebody-
a nightmare.
You think?
Yeah.
That sounds like a partnership. It's nice
That's a
because
partnership
it's
because
heavy.
we share every single everything.
Ooh, no, I don't think that's good.
You don't think it's good
No,
to share?
I
You
don't
think a
think-
woman should? You don't say you think a woman should be cleaning all the cleaning.
Because they're both working. It's not
We're both
fair.
Not all the
Okay.
cleaner.
And they have a baby as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so-
we
So
work.
it's good to share.
We share everything.
Do you want me to lie to you?
But he clearly
No,
enjoys
you don't lie.
cleaning.
Yeah,
He
but
clean-
he wouldn't do it if he didn't
No,
want
do you-
to.
That's what I'm saying. If he
And I
enjoys
got with- I
cleaning,
got
then
with somebody who would.
No, I'm not
handle all of
disputing. No,
these things.
listen. I'm not disputing this, but I'm just
But
thinking.
you just personally wouldn't
I
want
think
to.
that sounds like a nightmare to me.
No,
Like-
but you have to do that. So you think you just kick up, sit back, and the woman?
No,
wants
I
to
don't
clean the
believe.
house?
No, I don't believe. I'll just kick off and sit back. But I live by myself. I cook. I clean.
But I cook everything.
No, but I'm
So
saying.
I cook
But I'm saying.
all, every food.
I cook.
all
I
meals.
clean. I do my wash. I do everything fully functional. Right. Like I do believe when I'm with my woman, the woman I'm supposed to be my wife, some things should change. And one of those things that should change is I should not be doing some of the same things I was doing. And I believe when you meet the guy you're supposed to be with, some things should change for you. You shouldn't be doing some of those things that
You
you were
should.
doing. Do you get me?
Naturally.
And one of the things I have to ask myself, if I am cooking and cleaning and washing up, why have I got a woman for?
But you're not, because I'll
you need
cook and he
a
washes
woman to
up.
have babies.
Yeah, but some people are OCD. So
No, I'm not
like,
disputing
I
that.
wish I had
You
someone
might
on
like-
OCD. I would love somebody on OCD.
They might
Then
like
I'll
it
kick
done a
back and do
certain
nothing.
way,
That's
and then
it.
you're cleaning, thinking I'm doing such a great job, but
Be
really,
careful what you wish for. OCD is headache.
Oh,
Imagine you
I
as a
wouldn't
woman
want it.
having an OCD man. He'll be like, "You're the woman. You should be able to do this." That's pressure.
It is. It's a lot of pressure for a woman.
Pressure is getting worse.
Yes, it's too much pressure.
I believe men, if you go 50-50 with a woman, it equals to 50-50 respect. Okay?
Not
I
financially
agree.
though. Financially,
A woman.
if I'm making the same amount of money as my partner, I still believe he should pay for all the dates.
Okay.
Just because, for me, I think that's masculine energy.
Symbolic.
So even though we know I can pay for the date, that's fine. But I cover other things. So if we're going up for a date, you will take the bill every single time. Or I'll just cash out at you under the table and then you pay it on your card.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I do that.
I get that.
Yeah,
I
you
get
need to
that.
do that. I want people to see like
That
that's
is
my
you.
man and he is paying.
Yeah,
for
he's
I used
paying.
to
It's
slip
masculine.
I used to slip the card, even with my
Yeah,
friends.
I like that. Because
I like
sometimes
it.
it can emasculate them and they can feel like,
Yes.
oh, she's
Exactly, and I'm
paying.
not trying to
But
always-
I like the idea of.
You can always tell who pays in a relationship by how the man holds the woman. The man
Yeah.
that always hold the woman by the back when
Yeah.
they're at the she's paying.
Oh,
100%.
is it?
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
it? I mean,
True.
Whenever
I have had
trust
men
me,
who
I
do
can
that,
tell.
yeah.
I can always tell. Whenever they if they hold you out from a certain angle, I'm like,
Yeah.
she pays.
She's paid. She's
Yeah, she
paid.
pays.
Yeah.
Man,
But
don't
I-
pay move different.
Because
I
I like
don't
to give a
know.
little neck kisses like you got this baby.
Yeah, but
Let me tell you something. Don't fall for these traps that they're telling you. It's not true. There's very masculine men that will allow a woman to pay, and I'll tell you this.
No.
And
his
they
masculinity.
will literally leech your whole wallet, baby. So don't be fooled. If he holds you from the back, don't worry, don't take
No,
nothing.
I believe.
Yeah,
Listen,
nothing.
listen. I believe. Like I just know. Like, if I want a woman to pay at some point, because by women only pay for things or for people that they care about. Okay.
But if she
It's
can,
generosity.
but she's
No,
just
no.
not
A woman.
going
Listen,
to.
a woman
But
can go on.
sometimes it's a test as well,
Yeah.
from men to
Yeah,
women.
test,
Like,
yeah.
let me
How
test
generous
her
are you?
to see, how generous she. And also, if I go, my money disappears at some point in life. If it does, is she still gonna be there? So it's kind of like the gold digger test as well.
I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
If okay, I believe in a man should pay for dates unless you're doing online dating. Okay, and I don't do online dating, but I'll tell you
Then
why.
Okay, I hear
Yeah,
that.
50-50 every single time because
Because it's
they-
expensive. It's
Huh,
fast.
huh.
get it.
Listen.
Swipe will be 50, 50, 50.
Thank you.
Okay.
And that's still a cheap
okay.
date. 50 is Nando's.
No, I know. Do you know what? If someone asks me out for a date,
Here's the
I
thing.
think it's just polite to do that. The same way I'm cool with if I offer babe, if I've got an idea, let's go and do. Let's go do an
I agree with
activity. I'm cool with paying for that, and then
Yeah.
he might cover the meal after or something within that petrol
Yeah,
money,
yeah.
whatever.
I was gonna
Okay.
say
Yeah.
petrol.
I'm not gonna lie to you, sisters. From my experience, I've learned that this the very hard way. The man has to pay. 50-50 does not work. And maybe 50-50 in terms of like where he collaborates with you in terms of cleaning the house and saying that's cool. Even a guy that can cook sometimes is like, it's kind of sweet. But it's the same way that
sexy.
a man cooking should be the same thing as a woman paying. Generosity is an act that you can use to show, you know, a spark of something nice that you're doing for someone when you've got like that familiarity of relationships. So sometimes you'll be like, babe, do you know what? I got you.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, babe, you pay.
Yeah.
The same way if the guy is cooking, like, baby, you're cooking for me.
That's
It
it.
brings that sweetness. But I definitely think that if I'm going 50-50 with you as a man, and especially I know the way that I think, I'm going to be like, bro, if we're doing 50-50 on money, why even you? Just because you are a man, we pay the same thing. We probably have the same intelligence levels. You're just going to be taking advantage just because you're a man. And you don't actually do anything extra to make you be the rightful leader as well.
Can I just say something before we just get to the next question? Like, I like the fact that you women have been honest, and I just want people to understand that regardless of what women say, there's double standards that play to men and women, right? And they come into play at different times. So as much as she wants to go 50-50 on certain things, other things she wants her partner to go 100% on. And we just have to understand that men, you know, your best foot forward is being a provider and then letting your woman tell you like pretty much how much she wants to do or not, because other than that, I've just, you know.
Okay, so question then. Let me switch it on you. So what happens if your girl's richer than you? And that's not just
I'm
because she
very
works
interested
harder
to
than you.
know.
It can be also because she comes from a richer family. It can be anything.
I'll be honest
Why
with
is
you.
she's richer than you? What are you going to do?
Most of my life, I've dealt with women from, you know, really good families. Very rich. No, I'm saying good homes.
All right.
Let them know. Spill it,
No,
Chai.
because when we was coming up, before, like I'm saying, before we could drive, before we were like all like I mean, man, them all your girls drove first. Our girls drove. They all had licenses before us.
Yeah, that's quite typical, to be fair.
And but I say,
I
if
think
it's gonna be a real thing,
yeah.
then on the man them, the girls had their licenses at 17. The man them never had a license. The girls will pick up the man them and stuff.
Yeah.
Man them got a license.
But they know how to drive. They just didn't have the license.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna push that door.
No, okay, sorry.
I'm trying to keep it PG.
But we knew that.
Keep it
Man,
PG.
Keep it legal.
Yeah. So I've never had a problem. I've always liked to date women from good upbringing, good homes. I've always
Rich girls.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
Wealthy,
we're talking about richer
wealthy
girls.
ladies.
Wealthy
Wealthy
girls.
girls.
Yeah.
I've always dated rich girls.
So then what happens? What do you bring to the table in terms of like obviously common money? So how do you navigate that?
No, because here's the thing. Like one thing I found, and not unfortunately, but women don't pick based upon some of the things that necessarily they were brought up on how they grew up on. And if that was the case, then a lot of people will just pick, similar with their family upbringing. So just because someone comes from a certain type of upbringing or whatever does not mean they're not gonna be attracted. And in actual fact, it tends to go to. But the problems tend to happen in cultural problems later on. So,
but what about you as a man? How are you gonna feel that your girl's way richer than you?
Bro,
like,
how
doesn't
did
that
you
mean
deal with
much?
it?
no,
Like,
I don't. Okay, so
do you think that, for example, you'd want to earn more than your woman? I'm supposing.
okay. So here's the thing. I don't care. The reason I don't care.
You don't care about money. That's cute.
No, the reason I don't care because, like, money has never defined me as a man. Like, I had a friend, no lie. He came out of jail, okay? He was on he was catching the bus, Oyster card, and he took someone's girl that drove a Lambo. And it's funny story, yeah? And it's mad because you would think on the face of it, you think, bro, like, man's not got nothing. But women don't pick based upon that. A woman that's got everything, a lot of times, they will go and risk it all for a man that has nothing. And people are like,
Why would you do
Why would you do that?
Until she says to you, get out of my flat. You don't pay for nothing. Shut up.
Oh dear.
No, but I'm saying,
You can be healthy.
It happens.
You can be wealthy in other ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the characteristics.
But let's not play.
let's not
Money
talk
money
but-
does represent
Alright, cool.
power.
I know cool. You wanna hear a story?
I know so
Okay,
many
I'll tell you a
wealthy men
story.
that are assholes.
I'll tell you a story.
Because they're just entitled.
Okay,
and they
Yes.
disrespect people because they
Okay,
got money.
I met a girl, basically her family was basically royalty, and like serious royalty in a foreign country.
Oh, you fumbled the bag.
No, I didn't fumble the bag. Well, I'll explain it. I'll explain to you the bag.
It's in the bag, yeah.
No, and you know, I remember when I went to a place. She lived in like Canada Water. You know Canada Water. Like I don't even know people live there because it's like people
Oh
don't
no,
live
it's
there.
lovely up there.
No, but you know them buildings where they're chrome. You can't even see. It's just
Oh,
like,
yeah,
know
them
exactly what it
expensive
is.
things.
Yeah.
basically you don't know nothing's there because
Nah.
you can't see. That's where she lived.
Bad for the birds.
Yeah,
Don't.
So-
She's money.
So
yeah.
So did she tell you to get out of a flat
No,
because she got
come on,
money?
see, this
Wait, God, I want to hear this.
Come
I
on.
want to
Go
know.
on then. I
Right.
just want to know the final result. Tell
But
me what
can-
happened.
This is the problem.
It's all right.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. What I'm trying to say is she was so rich and so wealthy, that essentially that she didn't need nothing from me. And when a woman doesn't need anything from you, nothing, what can you possibly give to her? So then it becomes a thing that you essentially are just gonna be a plaything because all of the things she wants to do. And I'm telling you, like, listen, have you ever been out with people when they play credit card roulette? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
When they pay the bill. Listen, the bill was crazy. I'm so happy that the bill never fell on me. Have you ever played?
I've actually never played
You
it.
get yourself into sticky situation.
Listen, that was 5 things. Hey, listen,
Yeah.
the way I was like, no.
Oh, you got life that
Yeah, and I
day.
said, you know what? I said,
And you still put the card in.
You
have
had
to be a man. You have to be a man.
Pressure.
No,
Man
I
had
would have-
to. You had
look
to.
moist.
but I promise you this.
Yeah,
You look
exactly.
moist.
I-
You didn't, your man didn't put the card on the
Yeah,
table.
like-
All right, look at what you got.
Come
One of the
on.
He doesn't
stable
even have a
boys.
card. He's too rich. He has it all in the bank.
Yeah. Nah, listen.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm just trying to say, like, and you wanted me to be honest and give you, and I gave you something,
Yeah,
but
go on.
essentially that had nothing to do with me. But I just bowed out before it got too techie
Uh-huh,
because a lot of people will try to finance women and lifestyles that they can't live, and then they will end up,
In
putting
debt.
them in debt, like what you said. So I just said, you know what? She's out my pay grade. But
So
shout out
yeah.
to her though. She was
So
sweet.
yeah.
You were man enough to say that, and
No,
Yeah.
not to her. Not to her. I just kicked out.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't say that.
So do
No,
men,
obviously not
do
to-
men
yeah,
prefer
now.
to be needed than wanted then?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
So
They all do.
Yeah.
Not.
Needed, not
Yeah,
wanted.
needed,
So
not-
another question. So what's the trade-off for a man who does want to be with a richer woman? So what is the implications, good or bad, on the man? Because obviously leader, so on, you know.
I just think my thing is this. a lot of women use money as a tool to emasculate men, and you know, whenever a man gets money, the first thing he thinks about is women. You might not think about it, but men, everything that we do is for women. The moment a woman makes money, she uses it as a tool to say why she doesn't need a man.
I hear that,
yeah.
but I also feel like
Control.
broke men shouldn't date neither.
No, you're right. Still,
Yeah, for
Broke
me-
men should not date because you
Yeah.
can't afford it, babes.
Yeah.
You can't.
you can't afford the consequences of even dating.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You
ask-
need to
let me ask
worry
you a
about-
question. What is love in poverty?
Ooh.
Because you said broke men shouldn't date, so what is love in poverty?
I've done it. I've lived it. I've lived, and poverty obviously is definitely stretching it. We had the standard minimum living.
Minimum wage.
I bet
You own
still-
your
Yeah, we dealt
Flat
with the
sky.
minimum. Yeah,
ain't poverty,
Disney
yeah.
and all that. However, so it's not necessarily poverty, but you know, sometimes the electric might go out, and then I'm looking at him like, babe, what we doing? All right, give me a minute. So by the time he's gone out the house to go figure out whatever to go and get the electric back on, I've already rang such and such and whatever, and sorted it. Okay. So then at that point, then it becomes like, yeah, like after a while, what do I need you for if I can deal with these emergencies by myself? So really, it's like, what is poverty in love? I think there's nothing more unattractive in a man when you don't see them actively trying to get out of whatever situation. So I'm not going to get with a man and be like, or not try and get with a man because I don't feel like he's not financially stable. I'll look at him and think, okay, you may not be where you want to be, but you've got potential.
Okay.
You got drive.
I can invest in drive and potential,
Okay.
babe, all day long because I've got drive and potential. Yeah. So we can work off of that.
Yeah.
I can't, that didn't, it lasted a
that.
long time, but a lot of
What
resentment
about you?
built up.
Let's talk about struggle love, poverty love. Love and poverty. Speak to me.
I think all my relationships have been like on the lower class other than the past kind of year or so when my income's gone up the same way, but my partner's has as well. If my income was going up and I was with somebody, I don't know if I would. It just goes with what you said. If they're wanting to match, they have the drive and they have the ambition to get out of that situation, because every ex I've had has not had any drive at all to be out of the situation. Like they would be happy, you know, getting food bank stuff for the rest of the that would be
Why was you
fine for
attracted to
them.
bombs?
No.
Bumps need love.
You
Do
know
they?
what?
Need love too.
Do they?
Get love.
Because
Hey.
I think I could change him.
Oh.
I could change
Do you know how
him.
many times I've been in cradle and seen bums loved up together?
Yes.
Laying down,
We saw that
collecting money
yesterday.
together.
We said-
They
Yeah.
find love, bro.
But you know, because let me tell you something. This is the thing. Usually when people think about love in poverty, they think about escaping poverty. Sometimes the circumstances of your life mean that you've plateaued. This is your life. You're going to be just working to pay your bills. And to come out of that is really difficult. So I think love in poverty requires a lot of creativity to keep the spark going, to keep the respect levels going, to keep, you know, the roles going without things kind of falling apart, because poverty is stress.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when love gets really tested. And I'm
It
not going to
does.
lie. I've been tested in love and poverty. Not because I was poor, because of financial irresponsibility on the male's part. I learned that mistake again. I'm never going to let somebody control my money if they're not right. But it got me to have to be creative, got me to have to think, okay, I want to be able to cook and not let that go. So what am I going to do? I started to invent loads of different types of meals.
Yeah.
We started going for dates at the park. We started to do things. We started to play basketball instead of doing, you know, so you can be in love in poverty. You just have to get creative and be respectful of the person, because it's not about the money. You don't even need to escape it necessarily. We're
Facts.
spoiled to say we need to escape
Yeah.
poverty.
No, yeah, but obviously, like you said, the resentment and the frustration, because being unstable is stressful. And unfortunately, us women being so in tune with our emotions, stress is not going to be nice for you.
Stress means lack of sex. Stress
Like I
means
say, that's what I'm
lack
saying. And
What's that?
when you're not getting the
Like a what?
sex,
Stress is lack of sex for the
Yeah.
men.
Why?
It's
Yeah.
lack of intimacy. It's
Why?
lack of
Yeah.
because we're
So
like
what?
she
You
said,
just-
very
so then-
emotional.
So then you
people.
take it away.
you
No, it's not
don't.
necessarily taken away, but I'm just not going to be in the mood.
You don't
as
have
much.
the urge,
If you have
yeah.
if you're waking up every day
Yeah.
and we are staying in bed from the time we wake up to the time we go to bed, and you've not gone out to go, I'm
Yeah.
going to try and get a job today. I'm going to get on Indeed.
Yeah,
That's
think I'm gonna
broken.
be
You think
all,
you think that's
"Ooh,
you think that's
baby
gonna
at
make a
night."
woman
No.
want ya?
He ain't
Nah,
getting
mate.
that.
All right. So in that
'Cause you're not
case,
even if we do, it's not going to be. You know, I'm staring at the wall or something.
Sasha. So
Obviously, they don't like poverty.
Yeah. Do you know what you'll get? No, he'll get there to the side. I'll just roll over.
the straight on the phone.
That's what you're gonna get.
The phone
after
and the
that.
game.
No,
game.
we can still
So in
do
that case,
something,
then-
but I'm a roll over and you can do it to something.
Yeah.
So for
I like
richer, for
that.
poorer, Sasha. So then, on that basis, for richer or for poorer, is that real then? Because if you get too poor, then you don't get
No,
normal
because
access.
I found my partner when we both were not poor, but we both were two, you know,
Hustling.
Working
two working
for it.
people, and then I was at home, and then we've worked like that, and we've come up together. So if my partner
dope.
now, my fiance, went poor, we're not going to split up. But if I was dating somebody and he not even lost his job, if he lost his job and he's trying to get another one, and you know you're working up to it, but he's like, I'm going to
How long
take,
would you
know,
give
a
him?
sabbatical.
How long would you give him?
6 months.
Ooh,
6
I
months.
was gonna say
Whoa, that's
You're not gonna give a
because
year,
I'm
babes?
providing now for a man I'm only dating for a whole
okay.
year.
I'm a nutter.
For richer and for poorer, when I stand and make my vows, I am saying for richer and for poorer, and that's it.
That's
If
fair.
we lose everything tomorrow, we are still together. Like because we were like that. So why
in
would
the
I not?
trenches together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nadz, what about you for richer, for poor in relationships? Is that real?
Everything has a parameter. Everything has. I can't think of the word, but it's like everything has a thing. Like
Ceiling?
A threshold.
yeah, like there's only so far. Like I know everyone
Yeah.
says through sickness and health and all of that.
It says for
But
sickness
within
health.
reason,
It
within
doesn't-
reason.
It doesn't say within reason. Stop trying to bend it. It says, that's what it is. That's what I'm saying.
It's written
No.
down.
You know what? It's
Man,
crazy.
them, listen to this. Don't marry no woman that starts to bend the vows already before you she's gonna divorce you, bro. I'm just being honest.
No, hold on. Okay, through rich and poor. Right, yeah, like we can figure it out as long as we can figure it out. But there's obviously, like I said, there's a certain threshold with all of that. Do you know what I mean? If we're in the dumps and and I see and that's like there's no way out, then I have to be out for my own sanity, my own emotional, mental health, all of that stuff. And also, sorry, for my quick point of like through health and all of that as well. There's definitely a threshold to that because anything can happen in life. And I think if I had a really bad accident and I was left like, I don't know, like
Paralyzed.
God forbid, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Paralyzed or anything like that. I wouldn't want you to stump your growth.
Hell yeah,
your
stay with me
growth
until
or
I die, bro.
No, because I'm not staying. I'm not being
You can
funny.
still give me
So you'd want him
kisses.
to leave you if you were paralyzed.
If I would want him to go and find love and to
be
have
so
he loves
sad.
you. What if I can't give him children because of me being paralyzed?
Adopt.
All of that kind of stuff. No, sorry,
Fair,
it's a lot to
surrogate.
put on another human being to now because you're
No, I
married
hear
to
that, I hear
me
that.
that you now have to look after me because I've had an accident that none of us predicted that were going to happen. Because I'm not being funny. If you really loved me, you'd want me to go and find love and be free.
What? Nah, you better stay and look
Really
after
love
me.
Halfway.
You would want me to have a little bit of more. Do you know what I mean?
go and get self
or
fun.
let's have an open relationship
What?
and let me.
now
we can
that's a
figure
bit
it
better.
out.
Now you
so that I
can,
can still
yeah.
take care of ya, and then I can still get taken care of.
Wow.
Yeah,
Fair
But then
enough.
that works
Only in
both
that
ways.
situation.
So for you,
I'm not saying.
she just let me know that no.
Don't go and get paralysed.
What?
Sorry.
Stay
By
away
accident.
from roads.
By accident.
No jumping out of planes.
By accident. Sorry.
Listen, I already know. I already
love
know what type of
everybody.
woman you are. I know that you're a ride or die type of woman. But at the same time,
Crazily enough.
yeah, because you said it before. But at the same time, I think at this moment you're not looking to deal with men that are not trying to, show you what they can provide.
At this point, I've come to the realization that for richer and for poorer comes down to your own self-belief.
Yeah.
I believe that can come out of anything. So, of course, that can come out of anything with someone else. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Energy.
However, you have to pick the right person that you would be okay to be in those situations with.
Yeah.
Because there is no way that I would want to be in a situation like that with somebody that is quite pessimistic because those moments are testing. Me, I'm optimistic. That's why I get out of problems. If you're pessimistic, it becomes more difficult. So it's about the person. That's why I know now my biggest problem was not really my morals and what I believe. It was the person that I chose.
Well, okay,
I love that.
Whoa! I was about to get onto the section of accountability.
Yeah, but
and I
she
do
just-
believe you just you
What are you doing? I feel like I'm growing as a
you got
person
straight
every
into
day.
it. So, ladies, we always do a section of accountability on the show.
Yes.
And it's always my favorite part because it's the bit where people try to duck it. They say I try to duck it. I don't try to
No,
duck it.
you're doing okay.
So yeah, just a bit of accountability in a relationship or some time where, maybe you've dated for money and, or dated for the wrong reasons. If it's not just for money, let me just say that.
I've got one.
I mean, I've always dated people that were a lot older than me and were well off. But like you were saying earlier, I would be trying to match that energy. So if I was dating a guy who was driving a Mercedes at 18, I'm not like most of my friends who wanted that being them. I would act as if I am worthy of being in that Mercedes with that man.
You're
So
not a
I'm
leech.
like, what
I
business
hear that.
meetings do you have this week? I'm trying
can
to
you
match,
learn?
that type of energy. So I have dated guys like that, but I like the lifestyle of that. Hence why I've come away from those type of relationships, and I want to get to that lifestyle for me instead of being with wrinkly old men to provide in that type of way. I want to do that for myself instead of wasting the time and energy.
That's interesting.
Sounds like you had daddy issues.
No, I have mommy issues.
Oh,
I definitely don't have daddy issues, but I think that them two things can correlate when it comes to that.
definitely.
Not that old. I'm talking like, I don't want to offend anybody.
Yeah.
Like, this is not
just
that old.
older, just older.
Just older, yeah. But like, I've always dated.
But that's
money. I'm
normal, I
accountable
think.
for
As
that.
a young woman, I haven't done it because I was always with people my age. But for a lot of young women, they will go have that experience of dating an older man that will just take care of everything for you. It's when you feel like a true
So
princess.
Nadz, what about you? So a bit of accountability when you've dated for money or for the wrong reasons.
I wouldn't say I've never really dated for the wrong reasons. There's always been something that's attracted me to that person. A lot more deeper than the superficial money.
Give me a time where come on.
where I can take accountability.
I love how he always starts with,
Do you
I'm
know
not
what I
bad,
mean?
but...
I'm just saying to your question, I can't really relate to that. However, where I can take accountability for the finances in a relationship is that at some point I did become... I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. I became selfish in my journey of wanting to accomplish... When I published my children's book, basically, the lead up to that, I pulled in a lot of money and obviously
Congratulations.
I need to go on a
thank
date.
you. Thank you. However, that put a lot more weight on him to be a lot more, give more financially. So where I take accountability is that I focused on my dream so much that it put more stress on him.
So
I
you
wouldn't take it
basically
back.
took his cash a little bit to
I
help
wouldn't.
yourself.
Yeah, I wouldn't take it back. And I think if you're a stand-up man, you would know that. Okay, I want my girl to pursue this. So
That don't sound like accountability to me, but that's all good.
no, but I do take accountability for because
So
I'm
basically, she
seeing
used her
it.
man's money to build her dream.
No, I used my
for it, but I
own
don't
money.
regret it.
I used my own money,
Well,
but that
but
would have
then-
been my part that I put
What I will
into
say-
the-
Yeah, so basically, he replaced your money so you could use your money on something else. So
He had
basically, he
to.
kind of paid for
So
it.
what I will say
No,
is
babes,
what-
it came from my bank account.
Go,
not
Max,
having that.
Go, Max.
what I was saying in regards to me accountability, I just think it just comes down to dating girls, or not take or probably messing around with people's feelings in relationships, and that in terms
well done.
that is expensive and it costs. You know what I mean? It costs.
Yeah.
So and that's another cost. People don't understand it when you waste a woman's time. So I'm saying to you, so
time is
I
money.
can take accountability in doing that. So guys, like,
Wait, I want to tell you mine. I told you.
You told-
No, but that wasn't to do with dating for money. You haven't heard my story. So
I feel like I've heard all your stories.
you may have heard this one. So I'm
a lot
not
of
gonna
stories.
lie.
Go on, so tell us.
Obviously, I thought dating for money is a real thing these days. So some millionaire guy approached me on the gram and he wanted to fly me out. And I entertained it, obviously, because I think I want to get flown out.
Did you get flued out?
I didn't get flowed out. Do you know why I didn't get flowed out or
was
flown
it-
out?
was it
whatever?
Diddy?
What happened?
Was it
Because I
was it
demanded
Diddy?
for three things. I said,
Three people.
Three things. I need you to give me a retainer, just in case things go wrong. Obviously, I'm not going to use my own money. To pay for my flight and then accommodation. And then my accountability is the fact that I had to demand for those three things from a man shows me I don't want to date for money because it just feels like a transaction and I don't like it.
It is very transactional. It does feel very transactional.
So
Who wants to
I
feel
only-
like that?
Which is why you should stay within your
Yes.
income bracket or above.
I
because it
almost
can
went
feel
for
like
it,
that.
but I was like, hell no.
I feel like, no.
All right, girl.
I shouldn't even have to ask. You should have thrown that in my face, then I would have been
It should
hell
have
yeah.
been, that should have already been in it. Because if he's looking to be a sugar daddies will come.
They
out
usually
and
say, I'm paying for this,
Yeah,
this,
that's a
this,
bit
yeah.
weird. No, he's dodgy. He
Yeah.
weren't
So,
real.
Yeah, exactly. So
Come
yeah,
on,
I got
babe.
tempted, but I didn't go and bite the bullet.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's accountable. All three of you women could have probably taken advantage of men at some point, and you've chosen not to do it.
I think we have.
So guys, we'll come to the end end of the show. I just want to give a big thank you to my guests. Thank you to Sasha. Thank you to Nadz. And my lovely
Thanks for
co-host,
having us.
Miss-
My co-host, Chyna. Thank you for coming, Chyna.
Thank you for having me, Dinalva. So guys, please like this video, comment, subscribe to our channel, turn notification bell so you never ever miss our upload. And please, please, please share the channel with all your friends.
Always
and
come
we
back.
are out.
See ya.
I hope this episode has got you thinking about exploring life differently,
Be sure to come back next time.
where we're going to discuss more pressing topics in our society today. Are you ready to come back and get schooled again?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Come on, don't leave me hanging. Bye.